Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing the pregnancy series here today, and I have been really absent in doing these, but let me update you guys on what has happened this past few weeks. And I'll actually put a few clips in this video because, dude, I literally went blind in this eye for the third time in my life. I could not see anything. It was like such a blur. It was bloodshot red. I talked to my doula about it and she was like, oh, it's, you're just very hot-headed and there's a lot of heat in your body. You just gotta relax because it's getting to your system. And okay, so maybe yeah, I was hot-headed. Okay, I've been feeling very, like, I don't know the word for it. Basically, I get pissed off really easily, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but these hormones, guys, I just have no patience. I think that is what it is. Okay, guys, I just turned 21 weeks today, and this is the status of my eye. Do you guys see how red that eye is in comparison to this one? I actually am going to an ophthalmologist right now to make sure everything is okay. I went to my OB yesterday. She checked the baby. The baby is growing fine. Everything is fine with the baby. It's about 8:30 right now. Super early for me. I literally woke up, brushed my teeth, drank my lemon water. I have my tea right here in the car with me. And I'm headed out. I actually already made breakfast for my kids in case Claudia comes. But yeah, Mama's about to drive. So I'll check back with you guys later. Hey guys, I'm back from the office. And look, my eye's not red anymore. Is that crazy? So basically what I have is iritis. I have them in actually both of my eyes, but it was really bad in my right eye. And dude, this place was amazing. The doctor literally wrote down instructions of everything that I need to do so I don't forget it. He was like really nice. I think he does that with all of his patients. I'm actually really happy the redness went away. My eye is super dilated right now. This one, he put like 4 drops of the dilating eye drops. He put it in and then he came back 15 minutes later and put it in again. He said that I have scar tissue forming in my right eye just because my eye was inflamed and it was preventing my iris to dilate and contract when, there's light versus darkness, your iris contracts. And because it was not contracting because of the inflammation, it created scar tissue around my iris. And basically when that happens, it affects your vision as well. So he tried breaking it up and he said there's like a lot of scar tissue and it will take a while to break it up, but I have an appointment next week, so I'll see what happens with that. But I'm actually pretty relieved and I'm happy I came. Just listened to my gut, said let's just go to the doctor and see what's going on. And they said anytime you feel achiness in your eye, come in and get it checked out because you don't want it to worsen or get worse because then it's harder to make it better. But yeah, the only reason why I was actually hesitant was just because I was pregnant, and I don't want to be taking any drugs. I don't want to be taking any type of medicine because I don't know how it's going to really affect my baby. But at this point, like, my vision is really declining in this eye. Currently, I am 22 weeks pregnant from my 15-week bump date. Everything was going super smooth. Everything was going really good for like 2-3 weeks. And then after that, it was all bad. Up until I want to say last week, it was like really bad. We went to LA. It was really nice. We had a ton of fun, but at the same time it was a lot for me because we didn't take the kids' strollers. Really chaotic at the airport. We had this huge house with a pool. Even though I had Claudia there, I was really anxious, like, oh, are the kids gonna fall or are the kids gonna hurt themselves? Also, when we were sleeping at night, I was super uncomfortable. That whole first night I did not sleep. My son would just be kicking me, and I literally was like, I should just sleep on the floor at this point because there was no room for me in that bed. And I'm not even that huge, you know, but that first night was really bad. We ended up going to my friend's daughter's birthday party. It was super fun. It was great. And then we went over my other friend's house. Like, we just were going from place to place with the kids, and it was just like too much for me. So long story short, that trip was like too much for me, even though I was like, oh, I could handle it, you know, me being me, thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a blast, like, yeah, I'm pregnant, but who cares, I could still handle it. Well, apparently my body couldn't handle it, because the morning after we got home, my eye started feeling so weird. Like, it just felt like a little glare, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was something in my eye, but there was nothing in my eye. A few days passed by, it was still the same thing. And then on that Friday, I decided to take the kids to this jumper spot all by myself. It was super hot, guys. It was so hot. And the kids were like really going crazy, and I'm with my pregnant belly running around the mall trying to catch them because I had to change their diaper, whatever, and they got out. So I'm running around the mall, and then I try to get them in the car. The stroller doesn't close, like all this stuff happened. Basically, it was too much for me. The next morning I woke up and this eye was like bloodshot red. I was like, oh my God. Not only was it bloodshot red, but it was super foggy. I was like, oh my God, I think I got that uveitis thing that I had. And not only that, but it happened again when I had a miscarriage. So I was super duper scared. That is when I contacted my doula and I said, hey, you know, this is what's going on. She's like, oh, you know, you just, like, there's so much going on and blah, blah, blah. Like, you just need to relax, take a deep breath, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, I'm going on another vacation with my family, and it's like supposed to be super chill. We're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to be hanging out at the house. It was like this place at Yosemite. And she's like, yeah, go there. You're going to be away from everything and everyone. I went there expecting it to get better. It did not. It actually got even worse. On our way back, I literally went to the emergency room and I was like, I need to get this eye checked out. And when I got to the freaking emergency room, it really wasn't the emergency room, it was urgent care. Apparently, urgent care and emergency room are two different things, which I wasn't aware of. I just thought it was like the same thing, right? But no, I went to urgent care and there was this doctor. He literally did not even look at my eye. He didn't examine me. I waited so long for him to be like, do you have pink eye? It's like, the hell, how the hell do I know what I have? Why would I even be here if I knew what I have? And he's just asking me what he thinks I think it might be. Do you think you have this? Do you think, like, dude, just what are you here for? Like, you tell me. And I literally told him that, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? Aren't you a doctor? Like, aren't you supposed to do something? And he's like, oh, well, I'm not an eye doctor. You need an eye specialist. Like, why the hell are you here then? Why the hell am I even in this hospital or in this urgent care if you guys can't even help me? He's like, well, if you want, I can see if there's an eye specialist available. And I'm like, well, yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that? He was checking to see if there was someone available. They're like, okay, yeah, there's no one available, but you can come tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That's when the first one is available and they're at this location. I was like, all right. So it was basically like a waste of time because I could have made that appointment myself. I went to my OB and I told her, hey, first of all, I was like, dude, you need to see me regardless. I need to be seen by somebody because I want to make sure my baby is okay. Because last time I had this flare up, it was because something was wrong with my baby and it was affecting my nervous system and, you know, causing inflammation. I literally saw her after I went to the urgent care. I went to my gynecologist, had her check me, and she's like, oh, the baby is fine. The baby looks like it's growing fine, you know, because it was measuring up to date and all that. And then I also told her like, hey, this is the eye doctor that the urgent care doctor referred me to, and do you know about him, because this other dude didn't know anything. And she's like, oh no, he's the on-call eye doctor for the hospital and he is amazing. And she was freaking correct. So I am so happy I went to him. He was the best. I've seen him twice so far, and this incident happened about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, my eye is literally, I can see from it now, and it's cleared up. I am taking steroid drops for it. It's 1 drop 4 times a day on both eyes. I'm gonna start like decreasing the drops. Hopefully by the end of July, which is in 2 weeks, I will be completely off of the steroid drop, and hopefully this whole inflammation thing is no longer in my system, in my body, and it's kind of history, you know? But yeah, I could not see out of this eye. It was really bad. 20/50 vision. This one was 20/20. These are the drops that I'm taking right now. Let me show you guys. It's called prednisolone acetate. I'm currently taking 3 drops of these on both eyes. The doctor gave me a piece of paper with instruction, and it's so funny because he's like, I'm gonna make this really big for you so you can see, but it's like, dude, I have one eye that could see. When I went in for my checkup last week, he said my eye actually got worse. The vision of it got worse. The inflammation got better, but for some reason the vision got bad. So what I started doing, the doctor didn't even tell me to do this, but I started doing herbal eye drops. I also started doing hydrating eye drops as well. After I instill these in my eyes, I go ahead and put herbal eye drops in, and then the hydrating eye drops in case my eyes are dry. I don't know. I'm just whatever to make this eye thing better. And I've been doing that for the past week, and it's been amazing. It's been cleared up a lot. I could see a lot better. So I'm gonna go in August 1st to check it out again. So hopefully everything clears out and I could get off of this, because one of the side effects of this is the baby is reduced birth weight, which, you know, I don't want my baby to be born super small. I had my son, he was literally 5.5 pounds, and it was so hard for me to feed him, to breastfeed him. And, you know, he had all these like gastric issues, and I just don't want that for this baby. I want this baby to be born at birth weight, just at least 7 pounds, you know? So I'm just hoping and praying that this baby is healthy. I don't want to have the baby struggle with like eating or gastric issues or anything of that sort. Nobody does, right? So other things that I've been feeling, basically I've been working out, doing a lot of YouTube workouts. I used to do online workouts. I had an online coach who would give me workouts weekly, and she would track my progress, blah, 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 but she was not a prenatal coach. I was still training with her during my first trimester, and then literally a week before this flared up, I canceled that online program because I felt like it wasn't right for my pregnancy at the stage that I was in, and I found it not as helpful as far as, you know, the form, how much I should be stretching, what workouts I should be doing to help with labor and delivery. Like with my first 2 pregnancies, I did work out throughout my entire pregnancies, and I also planned on doing it for this one too, and I am still continuing to do it. In the beginning of my 3rd pregnancy, I did do it through an online coach. It was good, you know, obviously, but I felt like I wasn't getting the full experience like I did with my 1st and 2nd pregnancies. Just online, when you do it through the YouTube, the trainers, they're also pregnant, you know, so you're doing it with a pregnant instructor, and they're very descriptive and informative on your form, how long you should be there, how deep of a stretch you should be feeling, what positions you should be in during your workouts, and why, how it's helpful through your pregnancy, and how it'll be helpful postpartum, through labor, all these things. I thought it was a lot more better for me to just do the YouTube workouts. The other thing is I've been doing prenatal stretches. I mean, I've been doing that since I literally found out I was pregnant, but I just recently started using my birth ball. I literally ordered one on Amazon. I have one that I let my aunt borrow, but she has yet to give it to me. And I'm still waiting for her to give it to me, but I just ordered one and it's not even the right size. I ordered like a 75 centimeter one and they sent me a 65 one, but for the meantime, I'm just using that one. Basically, when you use a prenatal yoga ball, what that does is it just helps a baby get in the right position for labor. As you guys know, in my second pregnancy, my daughter was breech, and the reason why she was breech is literally because I was stretched back way too much and she popped out of my pelvic floor. I literally heard and felt that pop, but I didn't think of it as anything until I went for my checkup and they're like, your baby's head is not in the right position. Even though the baby's head is in your pelvic floor, okay, the baby can still be in the wrong position in your pelvic floor with the head in there, because if the occipital bone, which is the back of this, is touching your spine area, like if it's aligned with your spine, yeah, your birth is going to be super painful. Even if you have an epidural, you might not want to, you might like not even go through with it and you might end up with a C-section. Really educate yourself, guys, on what exercises and what movements will help you with labor and delivery if you don't want a C-section. That all involves like reducing your blood pressure, making sure you don't have high blood pressure, making sure you're not diabetic, like early on in your pregnancy, so you don't have to deal with it in your third trimester, because when you're in your third trimester, it's kind of too late. That's why I'm talking about all these with you guys right now, because it's super important. Exercising, stretching, doing just movements on the yoga ball. And then the other thing is diet. Like, what are you eating? So what I've been eating, diet has basically been the same since I've told you guys I changed it, since the crazy like bad gas and, you know, upset stomach and all that in my first trimester was really caused by the heavy carby, like oily foods that I was consuming, because oh my god, I was like craving that so much and I would just like give in. And so I've stopped all that. I'm not eating carb heavy foods. I'm not eating a lot of greasy foods. I'm not eating out a lot. You know, Chinese food was like my go-to. I haven't had that since, oh my god, it's been 2 months now, and I'm like, I want honey walnut shrimp and chow mein. Like, I want that so bad with white rice. Ooh, so tasty. I'm doing grilled chicken, I'm doing salmon, I'm doing steak with like veggies and sweet potatoes, doing couscous, all these things that are a lot more healthier, they're more nutritious, and they help keep me full. And if I want snacks, I go for fruit, I juice, you know, god, it's crazy. Like, I feel like I really have to be on track, because it's so easy for me to like slip and, you know, give in. It is so easy for me. Well, it actually was, but I'm a lot harder on myself now. As far as like this pregnancy goes, any physical changes besides this like eye going crazy, let me tell you, I've been feeling a lot of movement, a lot of kicks, belly is getting big, there's no stretch marks yet. I have like a little bit of headache here and there. I don't know if it's because of like my eye. I'm drinking a lot more water, ton of more water. I actually changed my water jug, so I switched my half gallon to a full size gallon. It's been a lot of water, but I feel such a difference. So definitely stay hydrated. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, because I thought I was drinking enough water, but then after I started drinking that gallon, I was like, holy guac, this is so much more. Even though it was harder the first couple of days to consume all that water, after a few days, it was like, oh my god, like this feels so good. Like, this is what I needed. This is like, maybe this is why I was feeling hungry or craving things, or, you know, I don't know. I've been juicing a lot more. I did not really juice as much as I could have earlier on in my pregnancy, because I just didn't want to do it and I didn't like the taste of it. Now I'm like, okay, every day we're doing a green juice. And what I mean by a green juice is it's literally all vegetables, all greens. And the only fruit that I add in there is an apple and blueberries. And the reason why is because apples is a little sweet. It's also hydrating. And then for blueberries, the reason why I add that is just because it's really good for the baby's brain. So I literally just do kale, cucumber, broccoli, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, coconut aminos, which is also really good for like the brain, chia seed, flax seed, cashews, and I add some collagen powder there. I also add spinach, turmeric, ginger, vitamin C boosting powder. Do a longevity C, which is actually really good for your uterus and your, you know, girl parts. I put that in there too. And then I also put like a mixed greens powder in there that has like all these other vegetables in there, but it's in a powdered form. I put that in there and then I add water and then I drink it up, and it's literally like 2.5 full glasses of this green juice that I'm consuming, and it's super nutritious. I felt such a difference in my energy levels. What else? So let's go to what to expect. So let's just see that I did not miss anything. Okay, pregnancy symptoms for 21 weeks. I am 22 weeks currently, but I'm just gonna give you guys what I've been going through like previously, and my previous week was 21 weeks. So fetal movement, yes, I've been feeling this baby kicks a lot at night. Increased appetite, yeah, a lot. Bloating and gas, nah, I don't have bloating and I don't have gas, and I think it's because of the dietary change that I made, obviously. Backache, yes, oh my god, I've been getting backaches. I don't know why. I don't know why. I know why. Obviously, we both know why. Okay, bleeding gums, no. My bleeding gums and sensitive gums have stopped, and the reason why I think this is because I've been swishing coconut oil as a mouthwash in my mouth every night before bed. I do it for 10 minutes max. I used to do this a lot before, but then after my pregnancy, I stopped doing it just because like I wanted to do other things instead, which was, I don't know, washing up and doing a self massage while like doing some breathing exercises. And when you're breathing, like you literally, I breathe with my mouth and my nose continuously, so couldn't do the coconut oil. But now I make time for the coconut oil and I make time for like my breath work, so I don't have bleeding gums. Fast growing nails, yeah, look at my nails. Yeah, I need to get them done. So my nails have been growing fast. I think they have, maybe not, I don't know. I really don't pay attention to my nails so much. The other things are, you know, they tell you like, okay, how do you manage your blood pressure? How do you manage your weight gain? All that stuff. I really feel like I haven't gained much. I think the last time I went in, they said I gained like three pounds. And like by the end of your pregnancy, they say you want to have gained about 15 to 20 pounds. So they say towards the 3rd trimester is when you start gaining like a lot faster. So, you know, I don't know, maybe it's going to happen. I mean, it is going to happen. It has to happen. I hope it happens. But yeah, that is my pregnancy update. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you guys got a little bit of insight on how to keep yourselves happy, healthy, and take care of yourselves mentally, physically, emotionally throughout your pregnancy, and how important it is not only for your baby, but for you and your family. And if you guys like this video, give it a huge thumbs up. And hopefully next week I will return with another bump date for you guys. I love you so much. I wish you guys a beautiful pregnancy journey, and I hope you guys, you know, join me next week on my next prenatal update. Mwah!